recruiting, and I feel like all 75 of you who are on, that is why you're on, is because you want to know the magic. So, um, and I'm laughing at this. Okay. Recruiting is always a really exciting topic, but it's also really hard for me to talk about because it's just something that comes naturally, and I just do it every day because I love it and I want to bring people into this organization. But I will start off by telling you there is no magic words. There is no magic thing that I say to get people to do this business, but I'm going to tell you what I do on a daily basis in order to make that happen. But before we get there, I just want to see, by a show of hands, who feels like they suck at recruiting? Okay. Who feels like they're actually good at recruiting? Okay, I've got 3 hands. Woohoo! I have some hands up. Who feels like a deer in the headlights when somebody messages you back after you're trying to recruit them and says, "Tell me more"? Who goes, "Oh shit, what do I say?" Who does that? Okay, only one person. 2 people. Okay, cool. All right, I wanted to get some of that feedback, and that way you guys don't feel alone in that. Sometimes I even do. I'm like, oh no, what do I say? So we're going to talk about all of that. But first, you guys are going to be so excited. I'm going to call on some of you. Are you ready? Don't sign off. Good. We are still gaining people. Okay. I want to know why you joined this business. Like a quick, so for me, my girlfriend called me and said, "Hey, have you seen this activewear company? I saw some girl selling it on Instagram. She said she did like $500 last month in sales, and I think I'm going to join." And I was like, "Cool, send me the link. What is it? Let's do it. Like, sounds great." That is literally how I joined. There was no magic in her words, nothing. She just told me what she was doing. Mindy Walton, will you share with us?
I saw the number on the map and thought, yeah, I need to jump on this after I had tried the All-Star Bra. That was it.
What was the number on the map? Like 5 in your state?
Yeah, it was something like 35 last summer or something. It was something ridiculously low. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see. Tammy. Miss Hanky.
I knew you were going to call on me. Knew it. I actually started because for about a year, I was spending a lot of money every month ordering from Megan and Cassie. And so I thought, if nothing else, I might as well, kind of get the benefit of the Hostess rewards. I didn't even know that I could get commission. I wanted to hang out with Cassie and go to some Zaya parties and take some trips and, kind of for the social part of it. I told her that I probably wouldn't even have any parties. Seemed like there were a lot of Zaya reps in my area already, so I was just going to enjoy the discount and the clothes. And that all changed after my launch party.
Oh, I love it. You guys, Miss Hanky was my first grade teacher.
And we just made that connection in Nashville, right?
Yes.
That was so awesome. It's so awesome. And I told Cassie when I met Erica at the Christmas party that we had, and there was something so familiar. And I mean, obviously you've changed since you were 6. But yeah, so that was the coolest thing. I love that.
Mm-hmm. It brings me to tears at how Zaya brings us all back together, and
yes.
But awesome. Let's see, somebody who I don't know super well. I'm looking at names. Devin Rossi, I think is how you say your name, with the cute little baby. Will you tell us?
I actually just joined last night.
Woo!
Oh. So I'm just here, a fly on the wall, to listen to all of your stories and learn. I'm excited. I signed up under Amy, so I'm very excited to get started.
Oh, exciting. What made you finally click join?
Because I am a stay-at-home mom of 3, and I kind of am looking for something for me, something outside of this crazy world that we all live.
Oh, I love that. Oh, I see so many babies. I love it. Miss Jen Aldrin. I suck at names, you guys. I'm sorry. Will you tell us, Carly?
I'm also pretty new. I joined like 5 days ago. And so just this is my first meeting, which is wonderful. Nice to meet all of you ladies. And I have been kind of stalking Cassie's page for like over a year. And I just always couldn't find the time. I have 4 kids. I'm a teacher. I do photography. Like I'm a coordinator at my church. Like I do a lot of things. And so with the COVID and being home, like this was like the perfect time for me to like, things have slowed down. My kids aren't in all the activities. I hosted a party and loved every single piece that I bought. And so I have a huge wish list of things that I want to add to my own closet and share with everyone else's. So I'm excited.
Yay. Welcome. That's exciting. That's why I don't recognize your guys' names. You're brand new. So welcome. Okay. I wanted to do that really quick, ladies, because I think that there's a lot of power in just hearing like why other people are joining and remembering it too. So recently I sent out a survey to my frontline girls, and one of the first questions was basically like, why are you here? Right? And I think that's a good question that we all should ask ourselves. And so many of them gave me so much feedback. And I took this as really great feedback around how I'm doing recruiting too. Like, what are my daily practices that are actually bringing them to join this business? And a lot of them said that they watched my stories and they just like got sick of hearing me talk about how amazing this was. And they knew that they needed to jump on, right? And I'm over here thinking I'm being super annoying on my stories, but it's working, right? So it was really great feedback. So if you are like struggling with that recruiting aspect, like ask the people who are joining you. And if you haven't had that first person join, it's okay. You're going to get there. We're going to get you there. Okay. After this call, you're going to have somebody enroll. It's going to be great. So, so going back to why others join is going to help you create more stories to be able to tell to your people. Okay. So, a couple things that Cass shared with me, and I want to quote her on these because they're really, really important to remember when you're recruiting. And again, ladies, there is no magic words, and this might feel like it's a little bit all over the place, and I'm going to wrap it like, and it's all going to come back together, but there's a lot of different tips and tricks. So, a couple things that she reminded me of is take your expectation out of it. So when you're going to message somebody, I think we all kind of freeze and we're like, oh, if they say no, like, oh my gosh, like the world's going to end, right? But if you take your expectation out of it and you realize that it's their decision, it's their choice. And I tell you guys this, it's your job to share. It's their job to make the best decision for them. Don't cross over either of those lines, right? Like don't make the best decision for them, but it is your job to share. So if you take out that expectation of, well, they better freaking join and I want them to join, and they better say yes, you're going to feel a lot less pressure and you're probably going to come off a lot less salesy, right? If you just don't have any expectation coming out of it, right? Just whatever it is that's best for them. Because at the end of the day, you don't want somebody to join who felt pressured to join, right? Like they're probably not going to come in with the right mindset. They're going to struggle and they're probably going to be your Achilles heel, right? So don't do that. You never want to beg anyone to do anything that they don't want to do. So the other thing that Cass said is don't be attached to the result. Be okay with hearing no. And that is so incredibly important. And I know a lot of you are like, oh, I want to get there. You will get there. The more times you hear no, the more okay you are with it. And I know that sounds so incredibly backwards, but every time I hear no, I'm like, cool, thanks for letting me know. Next. But I also want to be really clear that there is a difference between hearing no and not right now, or I feel like I need to hear more about it, right? You need to learn those things. If somebody straight up says, no, I'm not interested, but I will be a great customer. Sweet. Let me get you a VIP link, girl. Like, let's do that. Thank you for letting me know where you stand. But if somebody says, I just don't think I would be good at it, that's not a no. That's your opportunity to identify why don't they feel like they're going to be good at it. Okay. So, become a master at asking questions. Okay. It is not your job to share. It is your job to ask really good questions. And you get really good at this over time. So when somebody comes to me and says, okay, I want to join, tell me more about this. I say, well, what makes you want to join? Right? I was a recruiter for many years with another company, and their biggest thing was always, you don't want everyone, okay? You don't want to go and be like, who can fog a mirror today, right? You don't want it, okay? I promise you don't want it. So you want to be really specific, and you want to protect this community. You want to protect yourself, your time, all of that. So you want to recruit the people who are in it to win it and who want to do this. So you need to keep that in mind when you're recruiting. If you're begging people to join you, that's not a good spot to be, right? So like change your mindset around that, and you're wanting to welcome people into this amazing community. And if they don't want to be a part of that, they're lost. Okay. Right. So, but your job is to share with them how amazing that community is. And then it's their job to make the decision on if that's something they want to contribute to. So, don't recruit everybody who can fog a mirror. I promise. I was going somewhere with that. Shoot. I don't know. It'll come back to me like full circle. Okay. So far, has anybody had like some profound like thought? No, you guys are all like, yeah, you're just talking. Cool. Okay. The other thing that to talk about is, so when you feel like that deer in the headlights approach and you don't know what to say, this is going back to asking good questions. Literally, if somebody sent me a book about everything that there is to know about Zaya, or a video or some crap that I had to like read or watch, I'm not going to do it. Okay. But if they said, like, why do you want to join Zaya? I'd be like, girl, because I want to make cash money, or girl, because I want what you have, or whatever it is. Right. So they're going to tell you that piece. That piece is it is so important and so crucial for you to listen to, for you to truly freaking hear. And I want you to be really, really in tune with that. If they tell you it's about the money, you are going to lead with the money part of this business. If they tell you it's about the community, nothing money related better be coming out of your mouth. Right. So, hold on, Erin. So, be really specific when it comes to that. Okay. You lead with their why and what they want out of this business. And then you can throw in the other things after they enroll, right? But making sure that you are getting to their why and leading with that is super, super important. What's up, Erin?
Someone had a question. She says she tends to share too much too fast. So she just wants some advice on like how to dial it back and, ease into it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. Because that's where I'm going. So lead with what they want, right? So leading with cash money, leading with the community, leading with free trips, girlfriend tribe, whatever it is that they want out of it. Maybe they just want free activewear. You lead with that. Okay. That's going to be how you're going to lead that conversation. But not oversharing, you guys. If you were recruited by me, did I tell you every detail? I doubt it. I bet you're still learning stuff, or you got an email from me after you enrolled with more details, and you're probably asking me questions now, right? On certain things, because if you didn't ask me, I didn't tell you. Okay. Why, Erica? Why would you not tell them about the $16 a month website fee? Because I hope that they never pay that, because I'm going to get them to $600 every freaking month so that they don't have to. It's not necessary unless they ask. Okay. I used to be a believer in like, make sure they know everything so that you can feel like a good upline, but it's overwhelming. And they start to feel like there's too much in this business, right? And there isn't. It is like one of the most simple, direct sales businesses I've ever been a part of. But when you start throwing out all these different numbers and different requirements and things like that, that they might not even ever need to know about, it becomes overwhelming, right? I didn't need to know about the website fee. I never planned to pay that. I did not need to know about how you become inactive because I never plan on becoming inactive. So if they're asking you those questions, share that information. But if they're not, don't share it. So how do you avoid not oversharing? You're like, Erica, tell me. Ask questions. Ladies, it is so simple. Somebody comes to you. Tell me more about Zaya. What do you want to know? What's drawn you to this opportunity? One question. Okay. Why are you coming to me with this? You know, so just make it super simple. Don't share with them anything they need to know. Some of my best recruits signed up without knowing hardly anything, because a lot of times it's just about the opportunity and they just want to jump in head first and they don't need to know all the details before it happens. Does that make sense? Like, do I need to kind of like describe that better? I feel like it's a really simple thing that I do. I feel like, I'm trying to mute you all again. I don't know where that thing went. Because I know oversharing is like the #1 leading cause of death in Zaya rep sign up. It seriously is. If you feel like you're oversharing, here's what you do. You screenshot what the conversation between you and this potential recruit to your upline, and you say, help me with this language. I'm clearly like killing it in the conversation. There's something that you're saying that is killing it. If you are not able to bring anyone on and you message hundreds of people, there's something that you're doing that is killing the conversation. And that's okay. Like, we can help fix that, right? I can't make you send messages. I can't make you want to recruit. But if you're trying to recruit and you're not getting a good result, we can fix that. Like, we can help that. And that's an amazing problem to have. So like, let's do it.
Hey, Erica.
Yep.
I took your advice this week when we were struggling through the new expectations from Zaya about sharing income and whatnot. And I had someone reach out to me and I asked her why she was interested. And it was because her daughter's going off to college and she wanted to be able to help pay for college. And so I knew, like, well, we have to get to income. And so she asked how much I make a month on average and how many parties I do. And I just said, the thing I love about Zaya is that you can really make it what you want. So how much would you be looking to earn extra in a month? And she's like, oh, $200. And so it was easy for me to say, well, this is how much money you would need, or how much product you would need to sell to make that amount of money. Plus you could get bonuses and incentives. But it just allowed me to focus the conversation more by asking like that one simple question of how much do you want to earn?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love that. That's so perfect. Thank you for sharing that. Was somebody else going to say something?
I have a quick thought for you. If you feel like you're oversharing or you've lost control of the conversation, just mirror them. Just mirror whatever they're saying. So, well, I don't think I'm going to be good at this. You don't think you're going to be good at this, and then they're going to start spilling with what's making them feel that way. And that's a really good negotiation tactic, is the mirroring process. So just mirror them back and then pull yourself back and let them lead the conversation.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And asking them why, like, why do you feel that way? And maybe their why is, well, I know that you go live all the time and I just don't know that I have the confidence to do that, or I wouldn't want to. You don't got to go live, girl. I know somebody who's a senior director on my team and has 2 photos, because every time she rank advances, I have to beg her to take a new photo of herself so that I don't use the same photo. Okay. So anyone can do this business. And that is like a killer when they see us crushing it in whatever way. Like, I'll have a lot of people come to me and they're like, well, I just don't have as much time as you do to invest into this business. Girlfriend, you don't need as much time as I do in this business. That's what I've chosen. That's what I want to do. And that's how much time I want to spend. You don't have to go at that level. What is your level? What level do you want to run at? What income do you want? Our goals are probably 100% different. I'm running at this speed because my income goal is this. You might be running at this speed because your income goal is there. Both of them are great. So I love that. Mirroring them, getting to it, asking questions, just being really specific. Does anybody else have a success story or a success piece like that of how you drove it home in that aspect? Oh, there you guys go. Okay, cool. So, I feel like we've talked a lot about not oversharing, right? You guys feel good about that, you know, don't just sit there and word vomit. Less is more. You feel good. Okay. So, and as soon as you start word vomiting, you know what I want you to do? Delete, get out of the app, come back later. Okay. You do not have to respond to people right away. The other thing that is amazing about social media or even your cell phone is you can use voice memo. Okay. And you can send a quick voice memo and Facebook cuts you off at 1 minute. So you better bet your bottom dollar, you better figure out how to say all that you want to say in that 1 minute. You better not be sending like 3 or 4 when they ask you one question, right? So I use that all the time because I tend to be like super excited and I'm like, yeah, just do it, you know, like I am on these calls. I don't even know why you guys join me. So I tend to do voice memos because I'm like, I know I only have a minute and I watch that minute go by and I'm like, okay, hurry up, say less of what you were just going to say more of this, you know, and that's kind of like what's going on in your brain, even though you might not be realizing it. And that's super important. Also, every time I voice memo someone, guess what they do? They voice memo me back, or they say, I loved hearing specific from you. That was super helpful. They love actually hearing your voice. Okay. That is so powerful. And also it shows that you are a real person. And if your kids are screaming in the background, good. If your dog barks, like whatever happens, because that is part of this business, right? It is. Don't feel like you have to have it all perfect. Okay. So conversation reopeners. So you've messaged this girl twice and she's like, yeah, I'm going to sign up. And some of you were this girl for some of us, and that's okay. We love you. We're so glad you're here. And then they don't, and they don't, and they don't, and they don't, and they don't. And we don't know why, but we assume it's because they don't want to become a rep. Well, that's fake news. They probably do want to become a rep, but there's something holding them back. That is your job to find out. Okay. And you're like, Erica, how do I find that out? Ask. Do not be afraid to ask personal stuff, ladies. Don't be afraid. Say, hey, what's holding you back from clicking that join button? What's holding you back from joining me and changing other people's lives? What's holding you back from joining this community? They're going to tell you straight up. People are going to tell you, you know what? My husband lost his job. I don't have the money to do it right now. Guess what? You just got an opener. Let's throw you a Zaya party and earn your starter kit, right? We can earn the entire thing for free. The entire thing for the first time ever. Okay. Host them a $2,000 party, make it kick ass, get your upline involved. Okay. So figure out the why, like, why are they not hitting that button? If they keep ghosting you, like after like the 3rd time, I don't know, take a hint, but, we all have those people, but a lot of us get really stunned when we send a message, we see somebody read it and they didn't respond. You guys know my thing. Everyone is always breastfeeding. Okay. They are always open a message and they are breastfeeding and the kid pops off, milk squirting everywhere, and they forget to respond to you. So I want you to remember that when you feel ghosted for the first time. Okay. That's what happened to that poor woman. She needs some love. So re-message her. Say, hey girl, I'm not sure if you saw my message above. I say, hey girl, you guys don't have to. But I still would love to chat with you about this or whatever, tie it back. Right. Other great conversation reopeners, when somebody has said they were going to sign up and they just haven't done it, like you're just waiting for that email daily, like refreshing your email. When the kit changes, guess what your booty should be doing? Messaging them and being like, check out this new kit. Is this screaming your name or what? Okay, however you want to say it. Every time our kit changes, a lot of you might go, oh my gosh, our kit changes again. This is like freaking fantastic. Like, great. Go post that everywhere and make sure that you're telling all of your gals, because some people, and you probably were one of these people and I love you for it, but wait till there's things in the kit that they like. And then you get into this business and you're like, that kit doesn't even matter. I don't even remember what I got, nor do I care. Are you one of those people who was super obsessed about what was in the kit and now you could give a shit less because you realized it was never about the kit, even though signing up, it was all about the kit, right? Right? Yeah, no, I know who you guys are, because your upline leader messaged me and said, what if my girl doesn't like the thing that's in the kit? What do I do? Tell her to get it because it's not about the kit. Okay. And I expressed that to people. I'm like, hey, it's okay if you don't love everything in the kit, sell it to your VIP group. And believe me, when you're a month in, you will even forget what you got. Doesn't matter because you have all this amazing stuff and a paycheck coming your way. It's not going to matter. Okay. So new rep kit is a great reopener. Something that happens in their life. So I have a list of gals. Where's my little sticky note? And there's crossouts on here because some of them joined me last month. But I have a list of gals who, like, they're my hot list. I'm like, if you join me, I might pee myself because I'm 36 weeks pregnant. And also I just got really excited. Okay. So I have them on there and I go on their social media at least once a week because I'm trying to not just scroll social media. So I miss a lot, but I'll search their name and I'll go and I'll see anything recent that they've posted. And this is a great reopener. Message them. Like if they just got a new puppy or they're headed back to work after what's happening in our world. Whatever it is, I'm trying to think of other things that my girls have going on. One girl just like ran up like 80,000 flights of stairs outside. She lives in like Colorado. So I totally messaged her and I'm like, you're a badass. Like, that's awesome. It's a conversation reopener. It's a time for you to connect with them again and continue building that relationship, right? You don't always have to message about Zaya. Actually, I tell you not to do that. Have other conversations with them. And then
To me, when
What?
you were recruiting me, you did this to me. You talked to me about coffee. I posted about a white chocolate Americano and you sent me a message and we started talking about coffee. Because it was like 3 weeks before I actually joined Erica when she first talked to me about it. And you talked to me about coffee. So you guys, it works. It really does. I was like, oh, she's watching me. She cares about what I'm doing. I'm not just a recruit to her, right?
Yeah. And you totally weren't, but I probably only half cared about the Americano because I knew my lazy ass wasn't going to go get it. Let's be honest. I was just like, join me. No. But see, it works, guys. And if I recruited you, I've had other conversations with you that were not Zaya related and probably more conversations not Zaya related than Zaya related because people are going to join you for you. Okay. 100%. They want to know that you are going to be there for them. They want to know that you actually care about them. And if you don't, then don't recruit them, right? Because you're going to have to pour love and attention into them. So don't be doing that, girlfriend. Okay. Any other good conversation reopeners that you guys use in your business or something that has worked? A magical fairy dust thing?
So I've been noticing all the nurses for Nurse Week. And I've been posting about, how the All-Star bra looks under the scrubs and how comfy it is and stuff. And I've been reaching out to a couple girls who are sad because they were supposed to pin on for their nursing ceremonies. And obviously they can't, but I've just been trying to like keep the conversation open about nursing and just try to like appeal to them and also feel for them because that sucks.
Yeah. I love that. Anybody else?
This month is Huntington Awareness Month, and so posting a blue and purple will do that for them.
Ooh, good to know. Are you just doing that on your public page?
Yeah.
Awesome. I love that. I think it's really important to connect with people. And again, guys, make sure that you want these people on your team. Because once you bring somebody into your community, they are your responsibility and you need to love on them. And so make sure you feel like you can do that with those people. Is there any questions in the chat before I move
Yes.
on?
So there's quite a few questions. Brittany wants to know, what details do you share when people are in it, like for the money? Like what, I know we kind of talked about, don't share your amount, and then someone said what she does, but I don't know if there was anything else you wanted to touch on with that.
Yeah, I literally, what Chrissy said when they ask about the money, like some people will straight up ask you what you make. You cannot share that. Some people will ask like, well, you know, I would need, you know, to make money. It's like, oh, well, good, because you can. But I always ask, like, what amount do you need to be making? Like, what would speak to you? And then break it down. And I don't go into like a ton of detail. Like if their amount is like, say 500, I get that a lot, or like 1,000, because people don't know the true potential of this. But I always say, oh my gosh, like, girlfriend, what if I told you that we could like be doubling and tripling that? Like, I speak to them even bigger than what they're dreaming as well if they do tell me 500, because I know that there is so much more potential. And if I see that potential in them, obviously too, right? So if they need to do $500 a month, cool. That's like less than $2,000 in sales a month. And you could, you know, I wish at this point right now we can't share, like, I average X amount, you know, but you can say things like, there's somebody who messaged me this week and said, hey, can I share this? It was, I don't know who, but their paycheck, their Zaya paycheck covered their mortgage. You can say that. Okay. Zaya used to do a promo that said, Zaya paid my ... And it was super fun because we all got to say, like, Zaya paid my car payment, Zaya paid my student loan payment. You can't say amounts, but if it did that for you, great. Also, like, make sure that it did that for you, right? Like, be honest. But I love it when I see like a list, like, it paid my house payment, all my utilities, my student loans, like all that, or it paid off my credit card, my debt, like whatever it is. You can share those things with potential recruits and on your social media. Just no amounts.
And something that I also do when people talk about the starter kit, I tell them, like, girl, you only have to sell $1,200 in 1 month to be able to make your money back. Like, you can do that in your launch party. The cost of your kit is, boom, covered. You've made your money back already. So that's something I always mention. And then Heather asked about too many reps in your area. Okay, so I have a number of my sisters who are reps, and 2 of my sister-in-laws are reps, and so many people in this area, and we have all found success with it. The reason why is because of social media. You don't sell to just your immediate area and your warm market. Facebook parties allow you to spiderweb outside of your warm market so easily. You have one party for someone, they invite 30 friends, 2 of those friends are from Arizona, and one of those Arizona friends decides that she wants to host a party, and boom, you have a new market in Arizona. Okay. So when people come to you with that, explain the power of social media and how fast you can get outside of your circle.
Mm-hmm. And use Cassidy's story. I use her story every time somebody comes at me with that. I'm like, oh no, girlfriend. Untapped market does not exist here. And it won't limit you, because seriously, Cassidy, isn't it 4 sisters? Like, basically you all but one sell Zaya. Okay. That's insane. That's insane. Every time she signed up a new sister, I'm like, Cassidy, oh my God, who's your mom gonna buy from, you know, or who's she gonna sign up under? That's actually real life right there. But so utilize other people's stories as well. You don't have to have your own specific story to do that. I have tons of other Zaya reps here that are on our team locally. I never run into a single one, and there is hundreds of people at Walmart who are still not wearing Zaya. So the market has not even been anywhere near tapped, girlfriend. I tell people all the time, until you can go to a store and everyone is wearing Zaya, this market has not been tapped. Okay.
Okay, 2 more. Shandy wants to know, how do you start the conversation when you know it's the right thing for them? Like, how do you play up on that?
Okay, well, I'm straight up. I know that you would love this community, like whatever, why you think it's like right for them, or I know that this could be life changing financially for you. It has been for me. I'm very honest and direct with people, and I think that people can appreciate that. But at the same time, I'm very respectful of their decision, because again, I don't want to recruit everybody, because I do not want to drag you through the mud in this business. Like, that's not fun. I want to work with people who want to be here and who are excited about Zaya. So it's kind of a gamble, I feel, with that, making sure that you respect where they're at, but also challenge them around making sure that they are educated about the decision that they are making or not making.
Okay, and then last one, Heather wants to know, she has a lot of people that haven't tried Zaya yet, and she knows that they're skeptical to buy it, let alone like start the business side of it. So she wants to know like how you kind of wing it, telling them why Zaya is better without even having the product in their hand, and should you like wait a while and keep coming back to them, or what?
Okay, this is a great topic, because this is like the next thing I was going to talk about. So, okay, this might seem like I'm answering your question in a roundabout way, but hear me. So this is how I start, you guys. Okay, like let's pick on Mindy Walton. Okay, Mindy, I'm so glad you're on my team. I'd love to have you on my front line, right? So if I'm looking at Mindy and I'm like, dang, she would crush it. She also needs some Zaya leggings, because I'm pretty sure I saw her butt crack the other day at the gym. Through those, I don't know what it was, but I really want to get her into some Zaya, right? But I know she would crush this business. Guess where I'm going to start? Are you guys going to say with the product? Because you're wrong, girlfriend. I'm going to go right in and I'm going to be like, Mindy, you need to do this as a business. You would freaking crush it. I want you on my team. You're on my dream list. Will you join me? That is literally what I'm going to say to Mindy. And then she's going to be like, tell me more. And then here we go, right? Now, Erica, why do you go in with that? They haven't even tried the product. Because, girlfriend, I hadn't tried the product. And look, okay, it wasn't about that to me, okay? We have the product. We know that, right? We know that they're going to love it. So you feel good about that, okay? So then if they say, oh, I don't know, and they're just like really dragging their feet and they're just playing with your heartstrings and you're like, just do it already, Mindy. Then you can go, okay, you know what, girlfriend? Here's $10 off. I want you to buy some leggings and try the dang leggings. And when they change your life, you're going to be like, dang it, I should have just signed up to become a rep. And then we can have that conversation then, right? Okay, so she gets those leggings. And then she's like, I love these. Oh my gosh. But she's still not ready to sign up to become a rep. And you have no idea why. And you're like trying to dig it out of her, but you don't know. Okay, great, Mindy. You love those leggings. Let's get everyone you know wearing those leggings. Let's host you a party. Okay, this is my strategy. I'm praying that they sign up to become a rep before all that starts, but that's how I go. Okay, that's my list. Okay, so rep, customer, host. Okay, hoping that they jump right back up to the rep. But here's why I do that. If you go in and you're like, hey girl, like let's host you a party. And she's like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to spend any money. You have nowhere to go. You've got nowhere to go. You can't be like, okay, well, sign it, like buy a pair of leggings or like become a rep. You can't go up, but you can go down, right? So if they say no to becoming a rep, you can go down to buying, then to hosting, right? So look at that level. But if they don't even want to buy from you, you're not going to get them to sign up to become a rep. Like if they're not even willing to spend $59, they're not going to spend $295, right? So go in with the top expectation or top hope. Don't like that word. And then you can move down every time they tell you no or not right now. Does that make sense?
So would you approach someone that way who's not even in your VIP group? Like say I have friends on my Facebook that I'm friends with and I'm like, I really want them on my team.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
One of my newest reps, I think she just joined my VIP group the other day. I don't even know, Erin, you joined last month. I don't even think you were in my VIP group. Yeah, girl. they're not in your VIP group because you just haven't added them yet. Like you haven't gotten around to them because you have so many people, right? And I always remember too, if they're in my group, odds are they're not even seeing my crap. If they're on my page, odds are they're not even seeing my stuff. Because only 10% of people do, and I have like 1,000 people in my group, and I can look and only like 30 or 50 will see stuff. So I always just reach out if you know somebody who would kill it. Does everybody like feel good about, I think that it's really important that you guys feel good about the rep customer host and understand like the thought process behind that, because that's a game changer.
If you don't understand the thought process, is there somewhere you can go to start learning about it?
So I was actually reading in my personal development book this morning. It's called Get Over Your Damn Self by Romy Newstead. I highly recommend it to all of you. But you lead with the business and default with the product. And there's a ton of great advice in there. Not just recruiting, but in all aspects of this business.
Mm-hmm. Jamie, will you write that book in the
Yep.
She's great, and she has a lot of really great language in that book. And everybody who's read it has been blown away. I think where I feel like I've gotten the most belief in that process of rep customer host is I've seen it happen enough times. I've done it enough. And that's the biggest thing with recruiting, guys. Like nobody sucks at recruiting. And anytime you tell me that, that's exactly my first response. And most of you have heard that. You don't suck at recruiting. You haven't done it enough. You have not done it enough. If your kid went and rode his bike for the first time and told you, Mom, I suck at riding a bike. I can't ride a bike. Would you be like, yeah, you do. You totally suck. Like, holy crap, get your stuff together, right? Or would you be like, no, buddy, we just haven't practiced enough. Like, we got to get back up. We got to keep doing it. We got to keep trying. And maybe I should put some training wheels on there. Maybe we should step it back. Maybe I should hold on to the handlebars instead of the seat. Like, you would help him in figuring out how to adjust that, right? It is the same with recruiting. So if you feel like you suck at it, no. You don't suck. You haven't done it enough. And you probably haven't asked for enough feedback around your recruiting to make sure that you're doing it right. Not that there's really any wrong way other than oversharing and coming on too strong, right? It's like, do you want to take a shot of vodka or do you want to have it in a martini? Like not even a martini, something that is lighter. I haven't drank in a long time. But do you see what I'm saying, guys? So yeah, I feel like Cassidy's just laughing at me right now. Really need a drink, okay? So you don't suck at recruiting. Get over your damn self. No, I'm just kidding. But I promise you don't. Reach up to your upline leader and screenshot them what you've been saying, and they will probably be able to give you feedback. And if that scares the crap out of you to do that, then you really should do it, because you're not going to get anywhere if you don't, right? You're just going to keep doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result, which is the definition of insanity. So don't be insane. Any other questions so far? And then we're going to do an activity.
Yeah, the next question, Erica, is from Amanda. Sorry, I cut you off. Very excited about the activity. She wants to know, and I think you kind of touched base on this, how do you branch out past your Facebook friends if none of them are interested in activewear clothes?
Gosh, why aren't they interested? We have everything. Like, you guys, I have been very unactive for like the past 2 years. I've been pregnant as all get out, and and of course today I'm not wearing a Zaya shirt. Damn it. I literally live in only Zaya and I'm pregnant, and that has been my life. So I think remembering too, like we have casual wear. We have it all. Like nurses wear our stuff to work, teachers wear our stuff to work. So I think maybe making sure that you are marketing it in a way to show the Zaya is for all, fits all body styles, and can work for everyone. You know, it's funny because my most popular sizes are like size 12, 14, 16, XXL, all of that. So like yesterday when stuff was selling out, I'm like, those are my girls, you know, give me them. And people would imagine, because I'm typically in shape other than the past 2 years, that I would probably have all these like fit athletic people as my clients. And that's actually not true at all. Most of my people don't even work out. They get inspired to work out when they put on some light and tights, but they still like to eat cake and drink. They just do it in their Zaya. So I think remembering too, like, you guys, we have so much more.
Erica, I think too, like hosting parties helps with this. I just signed a rep who I literally met last week in a party. So hosting parties and then hosting parties from those parties and just like really branching out your circle helps with that a lot.
So what I heard you say was hosting parties. Is that the total moneymaker in this business?
Yeah.
What?
I've been having a hard time with the person I signed under explaining to me how the parties work.
Who? Sorry, Amanda, what? Sorry, I couldn't see anyone. And then I was like, wait, is that still Chrissy? What was your question? Sorry.
I've been having a hard time with the person I signed under, having her explain to me what a party is and how it works. It's just one day. It seems like what she's explaining to me is that it's throughout the whole month, posting stuff on your page is what a party is. And that doesn't make any sense to me.
Amanda, what's the right name then?
Is there any links or like videos I can watch to kind of bring it into the site? I'm so lost.
I feel like it's like that's such a beast. I don't want to like take up the rest of the time. So I'm gonna message you after this, or you can message me. That would actually be great. And
Please.
we can chat about that. And yeah. Yeah, message me. So okay, cool. So, activity time.
Wait, no.
Oh.
There's one more.
Okay.
So Shandy wants to know if there's anything you use for a party app. And if so, like how do you streamline the process for your party? I know there's a mock Facebook group and people were throwing around some apps in the marketing group, but I don't remember what they're called.
Is everybody on this call part of the new rep training? If you are not and you have no idea what I'm talking about, I want you to head over to Ziafire, our team page. Are you part of that? If not, contact your upline right now. Okay. Go to Ziafire. In the announcement tab is that group. Okay. If you are not part of that group, get in that group. And units, baby. Units are your lifesaver. We have Anna, wherever that beautiful woman is. She explains exactly how to have a party. All the posts are there for you. It's like three parts because it's so many posts. She shares all the graphics, everything on how, basically a template. And then there's also a party checklist in that unit as well. And then we have, you can go to Ziafire, go to the About section, and we have linked groups, and one of them is a mock party. That's what Erin was talking about. And you can join that group and see exactly how a party is run. We created that like a long time ago, so don't steal all those graphics because they're super old. Ask your upline, can I join a party of yours? I want to see this firsthand. If your upline won't, go to the next upline. We all would love to help you. Did that help? I don't even know who asked that. Okay. Okay, so take out a piece of paper. And I'm gonna really try and get this done in 5 minutes. If you have to hop off, you have to hop off. But, okay. So, on your piece of paper, first thing I want you to write down, okay? What made you join Zaya? And it can be like super simple. Okay, second question. Why do you stay? Could be the same, could be different. Okay, third question. Why do you want to grow a team or have a team? Okay, does anybody want to share their 3 things really quick? Like 2 people share. If not, I can totally call on people.
I can.
I can share.
Oh. Okay, I'll go first. Well, first of all, Shelly recruited me and has been talking to me for several months. Whenever I kind of expressed that I was in a situation with my full-time job that I wasn't completely in love with anymore. I'm a SPED teacher and I was just kind of dealing with some ups and downs. And so we kind of just talked. I love the product. And so that was my first thing. I was buying it anyway, and I wanted the discount on it because I knew I was going to keep buying it. But I also wanted to get into it because eventually I'd like to be able to look at the possibility, if I needed to quit my full-time job and make Zaya my passion. And then the reason I want to stay in it is because the love of the product. I want every single piece. My wish list is breaking me right now, and I'm waiting for that first commission check. And then I want a team because I absolutely love getting the product in people's hands and them sharing back with me how much they love it. Like my very first party was with my sister-in-law, and no one in her party had ever even heard of Zaya except for 2. There was 2 people, her and her cousin that lives in Lincoln, Nebraska, that no one else had ever heard. They were down in Texas. The people had never heard of it. And then they all send me pictures, and they are on my VIP page, and they say, oh, I have my second bra now and I love it. Da, 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 da. And they love the product, and it just warms my heart that I was able to do that.
I love that. Thank you for sharing. Lindsay, I think you were trying to talk, so I'm just going to call on you.
Yeah, sure. I joined a little over a year ago, and the reason I joined, I was one of those weird people like you that literally never even touched Zaya when I joined, but I joined because I saw the possibility and I knew the opportunity was there. Never heard of it. So my first piece was my starter kit pieces, which I don't even remember what I got in my starter kit. So you're absolutely right with that. Why I want to recruit and why I want to grow my team more is because I never in a million years thought that something like this was possible for me, but seeing the growth that my team has done in the past year is insane to me, and I want to be able to give that to other girls. And I love the text messages and emails and everything I get from happy customers that have never heard of Zaya, that love their pieces, like making everybody in all body shapes like feel amazing. I love that. And the reason I stay is because I love our community. I love my group of girls. My upline times a few is Amy, and she has created this amazing tribe of girls that we all just help each other consistently and love on one another. And that's the reason I stay, is I love them.
I love that. Thank you guys for sharing. I think it's really important that you know those 3 questions, and those are going to change and transform over time. But also that you connect with other people and hear their stories. And it might be a sideline, downline, upline, but ask them, like, why do you stay? Like, what's made you stay as long as you have? Because that's going to help you in your recruiting process too. It's going to help you lead with those other stories. Okay, on that piece of paper, here are your like categories. So like you could like make little boxes if you want, but this is like your brainstorming piece that I'm leaving you with, your homework, your get your crap together and be a recruiter list. Okay. I tried to come up with this on the fly, so good luck. Okay, there's gonna be 5 people in each of these categories, so like leave some space. You can do 10, you can do 15. I don't want to limit you, but at least 5. Okay, so first category, and this is just my categories. You can create your own. Somebody who's fun. Like, you're 5 people who you're like, these girls are fun. I would like to go have margaritas on the beach with you. Okay, that's your first category. Second category, you're not going to fill out the names right here because I don't think we have time for that. I just want to give you guys the categories. You can do it on your spare time, hopefully right after the call. Somebody who kills it on social media. Somebody you follow and you love watching their story because of whatever reason. Okay, third category. Somebody who's always positive and uplifting. Like, you would never unfollow them because you love reading their posts. They could be really funny too. Okay, next category. Somebody who would be a great addition to our community. Someone who would bring value. Or if you're a leader on the team, somebody who you would love to have their skill set in your back pocket on your team. Okay. Someone who inspires you, makes you want to be better, makes you do your workout, makes you not eat the brownie. Okay, my last category. And this one is huge. This one is so huge. And this one you're probably going to put the most thought into. I almost guarantee it. Someone you'd be willing to share a bed with. And you're like, Erica, why? Because at Summit, you might literally have to. So like somebody who you love that much. And it might be your sister or your mom or your husband. And they can totally be on your dream team. Okay, that's your list, ladies. So I hope that this was helpful. I feel like recruiting is such a beast, and I tried to take it from like a 10,000 foot level, but the biggest advice to you guys is make a list and just do it. Ask for feedback if you're getting no's. You do not have to respond to people right away. So if somebody asks you something or says something and you're like, I don't know how to respond, message your upline, get advice. If you're in a group chat, say, hey ladies, this, like, screenshot it. Hey, I need help. Don't feel that sudden urge to write them back so quickly that you are fumbling over your words. You know, take the time that it takes. Recruiting takes time. It does. And the more you do it, the better you become and the more people you will enroll. I promise. Okay, it's not easy, but it's worth it. And if you really want to grow this business, it is the #1 thing that is going to grow this business. Okay, I'm going to hop off, but I hope you all have an amazing day. Go work on your list. I would love to know who you're willing to share a bed with. We'll see you later.